How you guys doing? Here's another band video for you guys. Being in a band, what do you need to know? Simple stuff. Simple stuff that I didn't know when I was younger and wish somebody on YouTube would have told me. So thank you very much, Eric-Shreds. Yes, you're welcome. Anyways, let's get started. If you have any questions, please comment below and I will answer them in the next videos. So, because that's what these are. So, anyways, writer's block. What do you do? Oh, writer's block it hits me hard. Excuse me. What do I do during writer's block? It's a hard thing. I'm still struggling with it. But if you get writer's block, and say writer's block, if you don't know what it is, it's I'm writing a song, all of a sudden you write a verse, you write a chorus, you can't write anything else. You completely stopped at that moment. You don't know where to go. You hit this huge wall, like bigger than Trump's bullshit. It sucks. It really does suck. And just know that every single person goes through writer's block. If they say they don't, they either one, write really shitty songs, or two, are lying. What I do with writer's block is I tend to move to something else that's still productive. And when I mean productive, it could be learning a new song, learning a cover song, just something that melts your head to do something else that's still productive. Like if I'm writing a song and all of a sudden I get stuck and I can't do anything, I usually go to pop songs. Believe it or not, because they're fun to do. It relieves stress, but like you can see I have pop remixes online. Those are all between writer's block. So I have about 30 or so. You can see I had writer's block. They're not anything really fancy. They just clear my head and they're fun to do. But they're still productive and they still teach me a lot of how to sing with my guitar. So yeah, try to do something else. Move on to another song if you can, if you have another song written. But just know, and then the moment that something sparks and it's kind of that really high energy spark of writing, get on your guitar, write it out, and watch. It will come. But I've written some awesome riffs, and I was like, this is going to be an amazing song, and I tried to force it, and it totally sucked. And then I hit the wall and I quit. I was like, can't do this song. It sucks. And then all of a sudden, like months go by, and all of a sudden I'm like, my drummer plays something. I was like, I know what goes there. And then all of a sudden I grab that riff, throw it on there, perfect. You might have to make some tweaks and adjustment between the other instruments or yourself, and that's how writer's block works. It's a very annoying thing. I'm sorry you have to go through it too. But hopefully that answered your question. Just move on to something else. Still be productive. Don't just give up and just I'm just going to play video games, fuck it, because that's not productive and that's not going to help. Now, I do agree, video games do help you every now and then. I play Battlefield on PS4. You can add me below if you ever want to play whenever I'm on. But I do that to melt my head after the day. So, anyways, how do you deal with haters? Damn, how do I deal with haters? I deal with them in many ways. I actually tend to take in what they're saying and I use it against them. And when I mean that, I don't mean I go back and I find out where they live and I shit on their doorstep. Not that. I take in what all the haters have to say about me, and I tend to write about it in my music. I have a lot of haters. There's no doubt about that. Check my comments on half of my videos and you'll see blah, 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 blah. Don't care, you suck anyways. Find something else better to do than comment on people's YouTubes about how they suck. I've never once went on someone else's YouTube and be like, this is garbage, la 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 la. Like I got better things to do. So haters most of the time are losers. That's really it. They're jealous, unconfident losers. That's all they are. And just know when people are making fun of you, either they're making fun of you and they don't mean to, or they're making fun of you because they're insecure about themselves. So automatically, you should be up here and just look at them down. Look down and be like, there you are. Who cares, I let haters make me better. Like, I truly do. When people comment, sometimes I'll even troll them just because I was like, if you want to waste time trolling, your comments are helping me get better views and find people that actually like my videos. So sometimes you will see me actually reply to a comment and be a total freaking asshole. Sometimes I like trolling and hitting people back. That's it. You know, you don't have to do that all the time. I got better things to do. But you will see sometimes I will reply. Because I'm not scared of what haters have to say. But people hate you because of your success. That's it. That's all there is. So when people hate you, you know, brush that shit off and continue. You got things to do. Here's a really important one with your band. No girlfriends. And when I mean no girlfriends, I don't mean nobody can have girlfriends. Girlfriends are important to your personal relationship between you and her. Do not, and I repeat, do not, and I mean repeat, do not bring your girlfriend to band practice. Holy shit. Don't bring them to important band meetings. If you have a party or you're going to the beach with the band and everyone agrees it's cool, bring your girlfriends, then that's fine. But do not have your girlfriend's input come out on the band. That's how so many bands break up, and it's the most bullshit, drama-fested, negative crap I've ever seen in a band. I don't want to ever deal with it. I do not approve of any girlfriend, counting my own, showing up to band practice during our practice. There's no point for them to be there other than your self-esteem and you want attention or whatever. So don't bring that shit. If she brings you, like, if say she's the only one that drives and she can drop you off at practice and then pick you up later, cool. Do not have her stay here, and just know if somehow she has to stay, she has to duct tape her mouth shut. There's no questions asked about that. Go get duct tape from the garage and fucking duct tape her mouth shut, and just make sure that she knows that she cannot put any input on the band. And don't get me wrong, this goes for boyfriends. If you have a girl in your band and that's her boyfriend, or if you're gay, or if you're lesbian, I don't care. The significant other that you're going out with cannot put in input in your band. You yourself has to have input. So I talk to my girlfriend whenever there's a problem with our band sometimes. And I always ask her first, am I wrong? If I'm wrong, let me know and I will correct myself. I'm all about making myself better, smarter, and healthier to be around people. I am not here to crush people. So whenever I have a conflict with somebody, I usually talk with somebody and make sure that it's within me, and make sure, am I the one that's wrong? I make sure I'm wrong first. If I'm not wrong first, then you can put the blame on somebody else. That's how it works. Do not put the blame game on other people in your band because you think they're wrong. You need to talk to people, and that's just another important thing. But just know, like, if my girlfriend says, oh, you're totally right and he's totally wrong, take that into the opinion box. Do not take that in the facts. If you take in what your girlfriend says all the time, it's going to lead into a very bad, just uninformed breakup of a band. I cannot stress this enough, guys and girls, or whoever has a significant other in the band. That's just bad. Another thing is, do not talk shit about the other person's girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever. That's just not good either. It's annoying to hear, and other band members don't want to hear about it. And if it's not your own relationship you're talking shit about, then why are you talking about it? Anyways, that is that. I will leave it at that. So anyways, I'm actually going to read this form that I found online that I thought was good. I'm going to read it to you, and this is another stuff about bands that you need to get, that you need to learn. I think that is helpful. I've said this before in one of my other videos. Trashing other bands in your scene isn't hurting their rep, it's hurting yours. Very true. I totally agree with that. Acting disinterested with folded arms at the back of the room at the other band shows does not make you cool. Sing along at the front of the stage does. Totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Our friends in Fightfall go to every single venue and every single show, and they're always either up front or at least somewhere close. They're not like, oh, I'm over here, just acting cool on my phone with my arms crossed. They never have done that. They're very humble dudes, and I like them for that. I respect them for that. It's just a very cool thing to do. You guys are there for music, right? Even if you don't like the music, stand there and take in and learn something. Looking like a rock star isn't as important as sounding like one. Totally true as well. No need to have the rock star ego of, I'm a rock star. That's stupid. I do agree with moving, though, and I agree with, you doing that, like actually caring about your music. Image is important. Cargo shorts are for dads at a barbecue, not for musicians on stage. Couldn't agree with that more. My bassist, I had to tell him that. It happens. Cargo shorts are just not cool. They're not cool for bands. Skinny jeans is just the thing, girls or whoever else wants to see the curve of your flat ass. So, anyways. Being respectful and friendly will take you much further than being superior and entitled. Couldn't agree more. Hopefully I read that right. Going to other band shows is the most important thing you can do to support your scene. Yes, like I said before, I try to go to all the shows that I can and can afford. My problem is affording. I can't really, as much as you think, can afford to go to every single local show, nor do I have time. And the time is not, I don't have time because I'm playing video games. The time is because I'm trying to write songs for our band. But that's kind of an excuse still. But like I said, Fightfall's been to every single local show, I think, since probably 2006. They're very cool dudes and girl. And every time we go to shows or we play shows, they're always there. And I think that's very cool, and I totally respect them for that. I can tell you, I wish my band was that cool. I wish we would go to more local shows and support the local scene as much, because I post about them online, but of course being there is more important. So support your scene. Let's see. You do not need press to pack a show. You need strong work ethic. I totally agree with that. Promoters these days are not always the best way of doing things. You can totally go to a coffee shop or go to a venue and say, hey, we want to hook up a show. You can do it yourself. In fact, I actually kind of want to hook up and see what we have to do to actually do it, because I think it would be very beneficial for our band. Physical promotional materials are still incredibly important. Get out into the real world and put up some posters and hand out some flyers. Don't spend all your time on Facebook. I read that and I was like, that was a reality check of some real shit that I've seen. Everyone invites you to Facebook events. Nobody ever cares. Flyers, I like reading stuff that's very colorful and gets my attention. Plus, if you give a flyer to somebody and you hold an emotional connection with them, they're going to show up to your show. So they can't do that over Facebook. So Facebook is dying. Your entire promotional plan if your entire promotional plan relies on it, you're doomed. Basically saying you cannot just rely on Facebook. Facebook is actually pretty shitty for bands. I will let you know. Facebook does this crap where like you have 1,000 followers, but you have to pay Facebook for all of those thousands of followers to actually see your post, because your post if it's more important, you have to pay for it. The reason being is because Facebook is filled with so many bullshit memes and so many trolls these days that the moment you post something, it disappears within seconds, because people are just like reposting stuff, and it's really annoying. But I can't really blame them for doing it, because how else is, your post deserving to go to the top? I really think Facebook needs to upgrade their like bands in general website. I think it's pretty awful, but you got to do what you got to do. Touring means nothing unless people actually show up to your shows. Do not tour unless you know how you're going to get a crowd at every show. I think that's a great thing to say, because there's no point of paying all this money to go out of state and go to a show when nobody locally even knows who you are. That means no one's going to spread your name out, and I think that's really stupid. So playing around town all the time playing around town all the time weakens your draw. Spend out your I suck at reading. Spread out your shows so you can promote one big show every 6 to 8 weeks. Great idea. Nobody wants to see your show every day. Spread it out. It's kind of like parties. You don't have a party every day unless if you're just an animal, I guess. But yeah, we spread our shows out the same way. So that is if they're local, I think. I would have shows separate. You can have a show like 2 days from now, but it'd be in Georgia instead of Florida. So however, when you are starting off, you need to play out everywhere and anywhere all the time to get practice. Record every show. Once you love listening to your live set and none of your friends nor family tell you they love your band, then you can book real shows and charge a cover. That I could not agree with more. This camera that I'm recording at, I record all of our bands at every show. Do I share them with everyone? No, not always, because I don't want to overkill it, and they were for us anyway. They were for us to study ourselves. But that is true. Whenever you are a band, don't be scared to play out. Don't be scared to hit up a venue or a festival or anything like that. You're gonna suck at first. It's just, you're going to. We sucked at first, and then we got to where we are now, so that's it. But if you suck, you do not deserve to get paid. If you suck, you do not deserve to get paid. Get good first, then you can start charging. Couldn't agree with that more. No one in the industry cares about how good your music is. They care about how successful you have become on your own. Yes. No one in the industry cares about your music. Oh yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. Sorry, I totally I read stuff. I suck at reading. Did I tell you that earlier? Go out of your way to help others in your scene. It will eventually come back around. Like I said before, show up to your scenes, and locally support your other bands. Do not be this band that only shares your stuff because you're a rock star. No, you're not. Get real. Nobody really gives a shit, and anyone else that's in a band can see that and see that you're a douchebag. So I like sharing stuff from other bands if I truly like them. Follow my Instagram. Type in Eric Shreds on Instagram, and you'll see I will share some of my friends every now and then, and I think it's cool. I actually just shared my friend Paul today. So anyways, hope to see you around in the next video. If you have any questions, comment below. See ya. Bye.